Oh, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Just give it a few minutes for people to come in. Get settled in. Just getting my coffee ready, and I'm having a little issues with the laptop. It has to be plugged in for the laptop to stay on. But I'm gonna try not to move so I don't move the people. And I'm playing around with StreamYard right now. Maybe putting some music in the background. So this is gonna be a chill live, and let me turn this music down. Give me one moment. Can you guys hear me okay? I just want to be able to have that music in the background a little bit while I talk. Indian Taco, Curfew, Mustang, welcome in. Luis Cuevas, welcome in. Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. And can you hear the background a little bit, the music? I want to be able to have a little bit of background music. Thank you, Cuffy. All right, cool. So yeah, this is gonna be a semi-loose chat. I'm gonna talk about my trip up to Riverside. for a bit. But everybody's welcome to, talk amongst themselves, and I know everybody here keeps it respectful, so I really appreciate that. Oh, Carrie made it to say hi. Hi, Mark, and everybody. Can't stay, got to go to work, but wanted to jump in and say hi and have fun and safe weekend, everybody. Yeah, you too, Carrie. I appreciate you. I wonder what happened. What? Oh, look, 11. Wonder what happened to your wrench. Let's see if I can fix that. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, just pretty much I wanted to. I just got back from my trip from Riverside, checking out some of the sites, and we'll go over that in a second. And then I'll be playing around. Yeah, I didn't take it out, so I'll put it back on. Not sure what happened there. Sorry about that, but it wasn't on purpose. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to, sometimes I'll see creators and they're kind of learning as they go. And I like that sometimes, you kind of see the process, how it goes on, and they're looking information live in real time with chat. So sometimes when I go into chats like that, I like that kind of stuff, where people are doing the process, you're showing the process, you're kind of going through information, and I don't know, I kind of like that kind of stuff. So I wanted to try that out today. How's everybody's weekend? And how is everybody? How are you? All right, Carrie, have a good day. Appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. That's really cool of you. Thank you. Do you all see the video where they talked to the mom of his previous wife's mom? No, but I wanted to check that out. So we'll go over that. Yeah. Yeah, I do want to catch up on a lot of those things. So that's the ex-wife, right? Or ex-mother-in-law? The wife's mom. Okay, I see. Jake's ex mother-in-law. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, same. You don't give him a proper burial, at least, right? So I wanted to go over that they have new attorneys. Um, Again, I'm just catching up a lot of on the news. I've been out, so I haven't been really able to read or research or anything like that. So we'll do that together, and then we'll discuss it together. I think that would be fun. That'd be cool. So let me share my screen. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna put it's the press. It's called Presenter Price, the Press Enterprise. It's a tongue twister. If you're watching the replay, hey, how you doing? And I appreciate you coming in. All right, let me just share my screen. All right, so I'm going to play this article by the Press Enterprise. They do some really good reporting by Brian Rockos. So here we go. And let me know if the audio is good on this.
Two of Tepin's attorneys now defending Haros against charges they murdered 7-month-old Emmanuel. Two attorneys who defended the Riverside County couple who made worldwide headlines after being accused of neglecting and abusing 12 of their 13 children are now heading up the defense of a different county couple who have received similar attention in a case in which the husband and wife are accused of killing their missing 7-month-old son. The attorneys for Cabazon residents Jake Haro, 32, and Rebecca Haro, 41, will be opposed by one of the district attorney's office's top prosecutors. All of died on September 4 to enter pleas to charges of murder and filing a false police report. Emmanuel remained missing on Friday, August 29, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department said. Rebecca Haro told investigators that a man knocked her unconscious as she changed Emmanuel's diaper and snatched the boy in the parking lot of a Big Five on August 14. The couple pleaded for the boy's return during media interviews. Prosecutors say it was all a hoax and that they believe Emmanuel died from long-term abuse. The parents of a 7-month-old baby who was allegedly kidnapped as his mum changed murder, the Sydney, Australia-based news.com.au website reported. On Thursday, David and Louise Turpin of Paris received similar coverage of their case, which began with the filing of 88 charges each against them. Alison Lowe and David Macker from the Riverside County Public Defender's Office represented David Turpin, and court-appointed attorney Jeff Moore from the Blumenthal and Moore law offices in Riverside represented Louise Turpin. The Turpins each eventually pleaded guilty to 14 felony charges and were sentenced to 25 years to life in state prison in 2019. Moore is representing Rebecca Haro. All three have at least 20 years of trial experience. Everybody involved is excellent, Grant Donath, president of the Riverside County Criminal Defense Bar Association, said Friday. Donath said he has known all three for years. Every person has handled very serious, high-profile cases, handled serious homicides. Lowe and supervising Deputy Public Defender Brian Cosgrove supervise the complex litigation unit, which handles death penalty, homicide, gang, and most sexual assault cases for the western region of the county. Allison and Paulette were selected due to their years of experience with these types of cases, Cosgrove said. Assistant District Attorney Brandon Smith has tried almost every type of case, more than 100 in all, in his 20-plus years at the DA's office, said John Hall, a spokesman for DA Mike Hestron. Those include cases brought forth by the sexual assault and trial abuse, gang, and homicide units. Smith supervises the western region for Hestron. In the Turpin case, Facebook groups sprang up in which followers of the drama, including many people from outside the United States, freely offered opinions about the couple's culpability, David's haircut, and the children. But amateur sleuths armed with cell phone cameras, TikTok accounts, and a love of juicy rumors with little appetite to confirm them, have taken the social media interest in the Haros and little Emmanuel to an exponentially higher level. Other posts hurl venom at the Haros. That, Donath said, will make jury selection problematic for the defense attorneys and the prosecution should the case reach that stage. To some degree, it's difficult finding jurors who don't already have preconceived notions, Donath said. All sides have to account for that. There is already a public consensus or fervor that have reached anger toward the defendants without knowing what the actual facts are.
That was interesting. Yeah, it's the first time I was listening to that. I was kind of grabbing my coffee a little bit, so I missed a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at it again. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Turpin of Paris received similar coverage of their case, which began. Oh, here we go. Two attorneys who defended the Riverside County couple who made worldwide headlines after being accused of neglecting and abusing 12 of their 13 children, are now heading up the defense of a different county couple who have received similar attention in a case in which the husband and wife were accused of killing their missing 7-month-old son. The attorneys for Cabazon residents, Jake Arrow, 32, and Rebecca, 41, will be opposed by one of the district attorney's office's top prosecutor. The Harrows are due at Riverside County Hall Justice in Riverside on September 4th to enter pleas to charges of murder and filing a false police report. So I'm going to try to make it to that. I have like a bench, a workbench I'm trying to sell right now, so I can at least get like an Airbnb. But if not, I can just stay up there and sleep in my truck or something. Emmanuel remained missing on Friday, August 29th, San Bernardino County Sheriff Department said. Give me 1 second. I need to grab my coffee. My throat's a little dry. Give me 1 second. There's some pretty interesting stuff. It's the first time I'm reading this and listening to it. Yeah, those those videos, AI ones, those ones are a little trippy. Very I don't know. Let me see. All right, let me just go over that article real quick. I'll speed read through it. That way, I'm caught up with it. Again, this is gonna be a pretty chill live. I'm just gonna go over some things. I just want you guys to be a part of it. You know, as I'm going through it. I see some creators do that, and I like that. In my opinion, I like that. I like that, you see the process, what they're doing, they're researching, they're finding things out as they go along, stuff like that. Yeah. Just just when I'm live, cuff you, do me a favor. Yeah. Just we'll hold off on that after the live to start posting stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. That way we can talk about it. Yeah, no worries. It's just I saw that I saw everybody dropped out. I get it. I do it too. Guilty of it too. Hey, Harold, how you doing? Welcome in. We're just um, we're just chilling right now, going through some information as live. Let me share the screen again for this. Hey, Mustang, welcome in. Like the other thing too is like I want to be able to promote our little group. Our small group of true crime, community. Like those creators. I mean, they have, insane amount of followers, subscriptions, super chats, donations. That's cool. I get it. And but like I'd rather, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with them. Like it's hard to work. I get it. But like Mustang has her own channel. She started her own channel too. Like if you want to drop your link in Mustang, go for it. Um, and like stuff like that. I want to be able to promote ourselves and people who come in and members here. So I want to start building people up from here that are starting out like myself. Some of the big channels or bigger channels, for example, allegedly speculating. Like she helped me out a lot. She's real cool. She sent her subs over. She has some of the best subs, and they came over and they uh, they got me over 50 subs so I can go live and do some coverage on the case. So that's pretty cool. I really appreciate her stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like things like that with creators and things like that. So and I'm new to this, so as I'm going, I'm kind of learning the ins and outs of it, the courtesies, the little issues, and things like that. And uh, I'd really appreciate everybody's patience and everybody's understanding on that part. And for the most part, everybody's being very respectful, very cool, and yeah, like I said, like Mustang, go ahead and drop your channel, whenever you like in here today, because it's going to be a little bit of a chill hangout as I'm looking for stuff and things like that. Build people up in our group is kind of my overview, my insights and things like that. Um, and I also want to be careful too. What kind of information? Thank you, appreciate that, Cuff. I appreciate you too. You send me a lot of information and dates and things like that, and I'm very appreciative of you. I'm very appreciative of everybody, and I always say thank you a lot because I do mean it. And I'm never gonna stop being grateful to people or saying thank you or um, like just showing appreciation or showing like compliments. When the compliment comes from the heart, you can tell. It's like, hey, thank you. I really appreciate you so much. Like that means a lot. And then there's sometimes when it's like it doesn't come across as genuine. But when that comes from me, it's coming from the heart. You know, anything that comes from me, even if it sounds sideways a little bit or a little stern, it's coming from a good place. It's never going to come from a I don't know, from a negative light or or like a bad way to where I want to hurt somebody or I want to hurt you, or you know, that's, I'm not doing that. You know, like that's not. I want to help you, bring you up. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just my mentality. I have that mentality. It's like I want to bring people up, and you know, that's just how I am. And I say thank you a lot. You'll see that, but I don't know. I appreciate people. I like people. Like when people do things like that, I notice it, and I say thank you. So that's cool. Yeah, Mustang, I got your link right there. If you guys want to check her out, she does like chill chats and chill lives. I caught that the replay Mustang, so that's pretty chill. Hey, Top Dog. All right, Top Dog's in here. He or she is a former law enforcement background, so their insight is pretty good. Real appreciate it. As everybody is, Mustang, Cuff You. Um, yeah, so the Discord's on there. If you guys want to check us out. Um, yeah, me too. Me too. And you know, it's this live is a much needed. I mean, I'm gonna go over some stuff, you know, about the case, but yeah, I just I also wanted to, you know, make it a chill, nothing too crazy. It's a much needed chill live. Um, but I do want to catch up on some things, and I wanted everybody to come in and join me as I'm looking at stuff. But you are more than welcome to talk amongst yourselves, and you know, keep it respectful. If you're gonna mention channels, mention Mustang's channel. You know, mention my channel. Mention people who are in chat. You know, if you want to, you know, also keep the drama out. If you have issues with other creators, that's fine. That's your thing. Cool. Do you? But um, put that to the side when you come in here. Put that to the side. Maybe you'll learn something new. Maybe you'll take a breather from that. Um, you know, those are some of the courtesy things I expect. You know, from us, and for the most part, that kind of goes without saying because everybody's been really good since my first live. Everybody's been really cool, real chill, real respectful. I mean, what more can I ask for, right? So thank you, everybody. I seriously really appreciate everybody. And one of my subs reached out, so hopefully I get a laptop soon. They're donating a laptop because this one's about to just crash. Um, so shout out to RC. Really appreciate you so much for reaching out and, you know, sending and donating a laptop. I mean, that's amazing. That's I never. I mean, that's, I'm speechless. I mean, I'm so grateful for that kind of support for the channel, and I mean, that's cool. I like that. That's cool how people just say, hey, you know, here, you know, I have a laptop I can donate. You know, cool. Yeah, let's go. Nobody got time for drama. Actually, two-hand embarrassment for some people. Yeah, it is. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it's super embarrassing, and I'm just at a different. I'm in a different chapter in my life, you know, where I did went through that and real life and stuff like that. And it's so draining. It's soul draining. It's mentally draining. And I mean, there's only so much time we have here. My grandpa just passed away. He was 107 years old, and you think about 107 years, that's a long time. But he passed away, you know, a month ago. So a month ago, 107 years went by. You know, think about that. So It's just the way it is sometimes, and it's just tomorrow's never guaranteed. As cliche as that sounds, but it's true. And I want to spend my time chilling with family, hiking, working, helping people, helping my family, um, things like that. I mean, but yeah, I'm just in a different place in my life mentally, and it's a good place. It's a chill place, and I want you, and I hope you feel that too, sincerely from the bottom of my heart to you, that I want the best for you. If you're in this chat, if you're in my channel, if you're part of my channel, know that I just want the best for you. And that's the type of people I want. I want people around me that want the best for me because that's how I am. All right, give me a second. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to grab my coffee. Got my coffee. Doing a load of laundry too. Let me just share my screen. Yeah, how's everybody's day going? How's everybody's weekend going? Labor Day weekend. I forgot it was a Labor Day weekend. You know, go ahead and keep the conversation going as I read this. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows that Jake and Rebecca got new lawyers, but that's what I'm gonna just read this to myself as you listen, and yeah, we're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna chill, do some research. The haros are due. Let me make sure my okay, yeah, my mic is on. I was talking to myself earlier. Top dog in the house. All right, the haros are due at the Riverside County Hall of Justice in Riverside on September 4th. Again, I'm gonna try to make it. Trying to get like a Airbnb or something, and that way I can be there early and not have to worry about the traffic. To enter pleas to charges of murder and filing a false report. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Has anybody been to hearings or anything like that before? What to expect, or you know? Yeah, I wonder if anybody's ever been to a hearing, like a court hearing like this, open to the public. Turn to the pleas, murder charges and filing a false report. Emmanuel will remain missing Friday, August 29th. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department said Rebecca Haro told investigators that a man knocked her unconscious as she changed Emmanuel's diaper and snatched the boy in the parking lot. A big five. We'll go over that too. I took some video of that. Or actually, no, I don't think I did. I think I went live. A little choppy. Big five on August 14th. Yeah, August 14th. The couple pleaded for the boy's return during media interviews. Prosecutors say it was all a hoax and that they believe Emmanuel died from long-term abuse. Yep. The parents of a 7-month-old baby who was allegedly kidnapped, as his mom, they put mom, changed his nappy in the U.S. have been, oh, that's why, have been charged with the little boy's murder. The Sydney, Australia-based news.com, so Australia. That's why they said mum. Attorney Jeff Moore talks to Louise Turpin during a court hearing in Riverside in 2019. Moore is representing Cabazon resident Rebecca Haro, who, along with her husband Jake, is accused of murdering their 7-month-old Emmanuel August 2025. All right, we'll keep reading. Again, just if you guys feel free to chat, hang out. You know, this is a loose conversation today, so you guys are more than welcome to do your thing too. As I read this. David and Melissa team Harris received similar coverage of their case, which began the filing of 88 charges against them. Oh, I see. Allison Lowe and David Maker from the Riverside County Defense Office presented David Turpin and court-appointed attorney Jeff Moore from the Blumenthal and Moore offices in Riverside represented Louise Turpin. The Turpins each eventually pleaded guilty to 14 felony charges and were sentenced to 25 years to life in state prison in 2019. Wow. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. Lowe and Paulette Garwaith are heading Jake Harrow's defense team. Moore's representing Rebecca Haro. All three have at least 20 years of trial experience. Everybody involving is excellent. Graham Donath, president of Riverside County Criminal Defense Bar Association, said Friday. Donna said he has known all three for years. Every person has handled very serious, high-profile cases, handled serious homicides. Okay. Lowe and Supervising Deputy Public Defender Brian Cosgrove supervised the complex litigation unit, which handles death penalty, homicide, gang, and most sexual assault cases for the western region of the county. Allison and Paulette were selected due to their years of experience with these types of cases, Cosgrove said. Assistant District Attorney Brandon Smith has tried almost every type of case, more than 100 in all, in his 20-plus years in the DA's office, said John Hall, a spokesman for DA Mike Hestring. Those include cases brought forth by sexual assault and child abuse, gang, and homicide units. Smith supervises the western region of Hestring. In the Turpin case, Facebook groups sprang up in which followers of drama, including many people from outside the United States, freely offered opinions about the couple's culpability, David's haircut, and the children. Turpentine case? I gotta look that up. That's what you're talking about, huh, Cuffy? The Turpentine case? It's not ringing a bell, but if I see it, I might be able to say, okay, that's what it is. But amateur sleuths armed with cell phone cameras, that's what the sheriff was saying, keyboard warriors. Don't go searching for baby Emmanuel. That's what he was saying pretty much. But amateur sleuths armed with cell phone cameras, TikTok accounts, and a love of juicy rumors with little appetite to confirm them. Damn. Let's change that. Have taken to social media interest in Harold's and little Emmanuel to an exponentially higher level. Other posts hurl venom at the Harrows. That, Donald said, will make jury selection problematic for the defense attorneys and prosecution should the case reach that stage. Okay. To some degree, it's difficult finding jurors who don't already have preconceived notions, Donna said. All sides have to account for that. There is already a public consensus or fervor that have reached anger towards the defendants without knowing what the actual facts are. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. That's fair. You'll have your time in court, and at the end of that, if you're pronounced guilty, you had your chance in court. And as the defense, okay, let's go, let's do it. And if you're found innocent, okay, the jury didn't find you guilty. There probably wasn't enough evidence. You know, that's the DA, that's, the sheriff's office, bad. So we'll see. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll give you that. Hey, True Crime Girl. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. How you doing? How's everybody doing? How's your weekend? Yeah, that was pretty interesting, this article. The Press Enterprise, man, they come out with some really good articles. And that's the thing, too, is I want to keep it, to where, like, the sources are good, and I don't want to, we can talk about our theories and our opinions, but sometimes, it's sometimes the truth of the matter of the case is a far more interesting than wild, just out of the ordinary, just insane, and I'm talking to the extreme types of situations. But with this channel, I want to give everything an opportunity. to come to light, and we can see it, and we can go from there. And sometimes I'll just use my best judgment. I'm not, I have my flaws too when it comes to this type of stuff. But this is a really good source. The Press Enterprise, it was like $6 or something for a month or something like that, or 2 years or something for like a Labor Day weekend special. So yeah, they got some really good reporting. So credit to this guy right here. This guy's been updating the this case and what goes on. So shout out to this guy, Brian Rockos. Indian Taco, welcome back. Just going over some things right now. I'm catching up on the case. There's a few new things, but I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. If not, then I'm just going over it anyway for the first time as it's fresh. So, actually, yeah, let me, now that it's fresh in my mind, this is good. I'm gonna share my trip that I went up there to Riverside and talk about that for a little bit, because then I'll start forgetting like little details and things like that. So I want to make sure I say it while it's fresh in my mind, and then after that we'll go over some other things too, maybe some theories. All right, give me 1 second. Let me just look for the videos. Oh, okay, cool. Indian Taco, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, there's also a case, before I forget. No, I'm not monetized yet. For memberships, there's like a lot that goes on, and that YouTube has, you have to meet certain thresholds. I think it's like 1,000 subscribers, 50 subscribers. Ultimately, I just wanted to have 50 subscribers, to be honest. I just wanted to go live. And then after that, I'm like, whatever, it's not, But I get why people push the subscribers, because there's incentives like super chats and you can put more thumbnails and things like that. So I understand that now, like why people push for like subs and let's reach this goal, let's do that. It's not necessarily about I just want those numbers for them. I get it now. There's thresholds that you need, requirements and hours to try to get super chats, memberships, get monetized, be able to put more content without it thinking that it's spam and things like that. So there are little things behind the scenes I wasn't aware of, and again, I'm very more respectful, even more now, to YouTube creators, big and small, that do content, because it's a different world on the other side. Sometimes I do miss just being a viewer. Yeah, True Crime Girl, I'm actually doing that right now. I'm looking at it right now as you said that. So I wanted to go over that before I forget. So there's a suit. There's a new suit, Flores versus Chad Bianco, Sheriff, Riverside County, U.S. District Center, Central District of California. I'm just going to go over it so that way I have it, saved in the live. and it's in the zeitgeist, so to speak, of our minds. But the plaintiff is Victoria Flores. The defendants, Chad Bianco, County of Riverside, and it includes under sheriffs and assistant sheriffs corrections. So there's like it's a civil rights case. Yeah, civil rights case. So I wanted to go with that, and thank you, True Crime Girl, for bringing that up, which is pretty interesting. That's just the tip of the iceberg for this. So probably in a different live or later, I want to go deeper into this. But I did wanted to touch base on this. I really did. So thank you so much, True Crime Girl, for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Oh, right. Yep. That's true. True Crime Girl. Oh, thank you, Indian Taco. Yeah, that's cool. It's not required, it's not necessary, but it is appreciated. Anything that comes into the channel is really appreciated. It's not required. I'm not going to push it on everybody. I'm not going to, pressure people into doing things and stuff like that. But I am going to treat people how they want to be treated, and if they want to donate, if they want to subscribe, if they want to, do that, then I'm welcoming to that. So let me try to go to my videos, but I did wanted to touch up on that. And so I'll do some research, I'll do some homework, take some notes on that case, because that case looks interesting. It's like a civil rights lawsuit against the sheriff and under sheriffs. And I always give it the benefit of the doubt, face value. I don't know anything about it, so I can't judge anything about it. I have my speculations and my opinions right now, just based off of that, right? But, we'll dive into it. Interesting. Where are my videos at? Weird. Yeah, we were looking into that. Top Dog brought that up, and it was interesting. So we were doing research in real time, and it was Top Dog brought that up, and we were looking at it that he wasn't charged correctly, and the judge, and the traveling judge, and the DA, and who was the DA, and that. Remember, the sheriff was saying about how somebody that was supposed to be in jail was out and killed one of his deputies. Well, guess who was the DA for that case? The same one, right? But I do want to look into it even more, because I was hearing that ultimately it was the judge's decision, but then I guess it was his hands were tied. But I want to look into it even more. I went on a rabbit hole with that, and I want to go into it even more of a rabbit hole with that, because I want to look at the law, the penal code, and what the procedures are and things like that into that. Because if the DA is saying one thing, but it's ultimately up to the judge, but then if the DA is charging them incorrectly or undercharging them, right? We see that sometimes. It's like murder, but then it's like crime of passion or something like that, right? So I do want to go into it a little bit more before we get I want to touch on that more. Well, it's wild. It's interesting. It's real interesting, and it's how things go behind the scenes. As a traveling judge, like how do they? I mean, it's just wild, right? You get a traveling judge, it's like having a substitute teacher come in, and I mean, they don't know much, right? Because then you're just passing by. And I guess the judge was saying, like, look, I'm going to give you a big break. And the thing that I can't bridge is like, did you not see the pictures? Did you not see fresh, Promises pictures and Carolina's, that was her name. They changed it. And didn't you see the pictures? Didn't you see the evidence? And to the judge, but then like to the DA, didn't you present that to the judge? I mean, you're saying you objected, but I mean, did you present those pictures? Did you? I mean, come on. I mean, see, that's where I'm trying to bridge the gap to where it crosses from the judge and the DA, and there's like a cross right there. I want to be there, and I want to know. Okay, did you get charged differently, undercharged? Because there are two charges. There's like a felony, and then there's a misdemeanor of that charge. I didn't even know there was a misdemeanor to that charge. You would think it would just be a felony, right? If you hurt a child like that, like to drop it to a misdemeanor, that's wild. Give me 1 second. Just talk amongst yourselves. All right, I'm back. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was going around and things like that. Yeah, it does. And I'm still gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, the DA, because yeah, I don't understand that either. You know, I still want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, the DA, the judge, and because I want to go into it a little bit more deeper. I know there was a former DA that was talking about it too, but she also mentioned that there was a confession. So, I mean, what's going on, right? I'm trying to find my videos. It's weird. It's like not coming up. Oh, here we go. All right, let me share my screen. All right, here we have this guy right here, True Crime with Mark. Make sure you guys check out his channel. So I'm gonna go over a little bit of what happened the trip. So as you can see, I've been covering it since the beginning, and officially on YouTube, whichever one this was, the date of when I went live. Well, before that, but you know what I mean. This was a house fire. You guys remember that? I mean, that thing was burnt to a crisp. And it was like right by the house too, so I don't know if it was a coincidence or what. It's weird the way that happened. Check out this. Let's check out this video right here from my trip. On site right now. This is where Jake Haro came out with searchers, and nothing was found. But this is it right here. Took me a minute to find it, but it's pretty open out here. freeway. Another video. How's it back here? I'm gonna show you something. Make sure I have that on the screen. Hey, happy Sunday. CEO Sandra. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. So I wonder if it's okay if I just call you Sandra, or however you like. But here, let me show you something right here. Where that site, you guys saw this in the news where Jake took. All right, cool. CEO Sandra. It's a cool name. Excuse me. So like He-Man, but He-Man, Sandra, He-Man Sandra, Sandra. Okay, Sandra. So that's funny. Here we go. Yeah, you guys see the freeway right there? Let me put the see where the freeway is, and you saw all those cars zooming by. But right here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but right here, right there, that's for trucks only, semi trucks. Okay. To get on this side, you have to cross a solid divider line into the semi trucks. And the way that this turns, you're almost always going to miss this area. And in my opinion, I mean, I don't think there's anything here. I don't know how they came into this place, but this place, as you're going back by up there, you're in the semi almost shoulder area. I mean, it's wild. Like, to me, it just doesn't seem practical because you can miss this gate big time. And that's a semi lane for semi trucks. It's a lane for semi trucks. So you have to cross a solid line into that one and into the shoulder. And so by the time you're heading up here, I mean, you already passed it and you're going back the exit. So it is interesting though, like the topographical area and the things that are connected, like the big five, this area, the house, everything's really close together and intertwined with the freeways. That I did find fascinating. That I did find pretty interesting. But I wanted to touch on that too. But there's dogs. There's like a trail going over here, and I wanted to go out there and start searching, but the sheriff was saying that if you're not LE, if you're not them, don't go out there searching. The DA was saying that you might prejudicial the the scene or the case or something like that. So I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to, I want to be respectful, and especially after, the sheriff was like, I'm begging everybody not to be part of it, the media and the things like that. So I'm like, all right, noted. But I mean, there's a video where I'm hiking for about 2 hours. I wanted to come out here for about like 3 hours and start searching this area. If the press conference they didn't really say anything about that, I would have definitely gone in here and did about like 3 hours solid. I could have just gone up and down these hills for 3 hours, just killing it. Just eating these mountains up and looking. But I mean, it is what it is. But in my opinion, I don't think there's anything here. Just the way this is located by the freeway to try to get off the shoulder, passing the solid line into a semi-truck lane that are zooming by. I mean, it's just, and not only that, but the highway patrol. Oh my goodness, man! The highway patrol there is like every other mile, and they're just stopping people left and right. So I can't imagine him going there and stopping by with a body while the highway patrol is out there patrolling what they do. So to me, it just seems like he wanted to get out of prison, get some fresh air. A lot of these guys, they're narcissists, they're sociopaths, psychopaths. They don't care about anything. I mean, they're both charged with murder of a child, a 7-month-old child. You think he's gonna go out here and tell you where things are? Tell you like this is what I did? No, he's gonna wait for court. He still thinks he can get away with it. He's still denying it that there was any abuse from that interview that we read, the jailhouse interview. So, just to me, in my opinion, I don't think there's anything here. Regardless, I would have still searched. I would have loved to do 3 hours in here and looked. See, there's also like a tunnel right here. I know some people went in there and things like that too. I wanted to check that out because it goes through the freeway. I guess for like animals and stuff, so they don't get ran over, cause an accident. But I mean, look how vast this is. I mean, I don't see Jake going over here, walking the trail, carrying a body, carrying a shovel. I mean, there's no way. That dude's lazy at AF. You think he's gonna walk over here? The way he was coming out of the car, dragging his feet? Come on. But that's just my opinion. But nonetheless, I did want to search there. But unfortunately, I have to respect the DA and the sheriffs what they were saying. Let me catch up on chat. You got the memorial. Got way bigger. See, somebody put right here in Emmanuel's law, to try to get to pass a law. I think I might have took a picture of the QR code up. If I did, I'll post it up. But it was extremely hot out there, and I apologize for my last live when I was here. My phone just kept overheating, and it was a no-go. But I was able to take video so I can upload it at least, in its entirety. All right, Hio, Sandra. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you, and you have a good rest of the weekend. Thank you. Yeah, the memorial is huge now. Huge. I mean, it was big before, but what I'm trying to say is what I mean is that it got bigger. I mean, look at all the love and support for baby Emmanuel. Thanks again for everybody to join me. Thanks again for my mods. You are appreciated. You are awesome. And I love having everybody in here. I love you being in here. A lot of posters, a lot of stuffed animals. I left a baby shark from all of us, from the true crime community. Hey, Catalina, welcome in. Good to see you. Just going over some stuff. It's a pretty chill live today, as I'm looking at stuff and sharing some things.
This is a case so shocking. The district attorney.
Just typing up a banner real quick. Oh, thank you, Catalina. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm pretty new at all this stuff, so I'm learning as I go, and I wanted to, share the process with everybody too. I'm trying to see what other information I wanted to go over. I did cover a lot that I needed to catch up on, a few things. Oh, thank you, Wesley. Appreciate that. Looking over some things right now. There was like something else I'm looking. Give me 1 second. Use the restroom real quick. Oh yeah, allegedly speculating. Yeah, her channel can definitely be mentioned here anytime. He's great. He's her and her subs got me over 50. I was like at 17 or something, like 12 or something like that. And she's like, "Hey, go check him out." Yeah, she's cool. I like her. She's real cool. I was like, let me give her the inside scoop. You know, because I couldn't go live. So I'm like, I want to share it with somebody at least. You know, it's about an awareness. It's about Emmanuelito. You know, let's go. So I called in and I just gave her the scoop. And she's like, go sub up. And I was like, wow, that's cool. Like, just the way she was about it, you know, trying to help out the little guy, which is pretty cool. Same thing with Sleuth Intuition. Shout out to him. Same thing. He was like, go check him out. I didn't know, you know, because I've been a long time subscriber of his channel. Real cool guy, real chill. Keeps the drama out of the chat, which I like. You know, you go in there and, you know, you just hang out, chill, watch some cases. And, you know, I like that vibe that he brings. And so shout out to him too, because he's like, yeah, go check him out, you know. So same thing with him, and then same thing with Mr. Pro. He was like, go check him out, you know. I was like, all right, cool, appreciate that, thank you so much. So shout out to them for getting me over that. So they definitely, you know, have a place in my heart, and can be mentioned here and anytime, and you know, without asking or anything like that. So yeah, he's chill. Cool. I like him. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention too that I did go to the landfill up there in Riverside County, or one of the counties. I did go to the landfill. I didn't go in, but I did check out outside of it, and um, I'll see maybe if when I'm there on the 4th, if I can go in there. You have to pay, so I do want to be able to just to go in there to to kind of take a video and see, have people look at, kind of how the landfill works. There's other landfills that are run pretty much the same. And if I'm not able to go there, then I'll go to another one, which they're pretty much the same. I mean, they all have to kind of follow the same guidelines and rules. So if I'm not able to make it there, I did go there. I just did not go in because you had to pay, and I didn't want to ask them like if I could go in there and take videos and this and that. It kind of just felt weird. But if I make a trip, to another landfill when I have to go throw some trash away, which I do on a regular basis, a trailer full, then I can take video and show people kind of how it is, which will be interesting, because if that's the case, then it would be hard. I mean, almost literally impossible to look for something out there, because it gets. I mean, there's trucks and trucks and trucks coming in every second, every minute, every hour, around the clock, just dumping trash, truckfuls of trash, and then you got a bulldozer coming in and just covering it all up. Not only that you got from the city, you got commercial, and you got this private sector. The last search was that video I just showed off the 60 highway. I'm not aware of any current searches. But if there is, or anything like that, I'm trying to set up or if you have information, if you want to send me a private message or a group message in the Discord, if you hear any news like that or anything like that, then feel free to do that. But as of now, I haven't seen any other searches or any other recovery missions like the ones from that day when Jake took him out there. Yeah, that's true. They did say that. They were saying about that they do have an idea. So I wonder if that location was triangulated by what Jake was saying with his cooperation, quote unquote. But in my opinion, I think he's just saying what they want to hear, saying things to get out of jail, to get some air, maybe lying to police and saying that Rebecca told him he was there. I mean, the dude's a liar. I mean, and he's been convicted of the charges before. I don't want to go into it right now because it's a heavy topic. But what he did, I kind of want to keep this a little lighter today, even though we are going through some documents and things like that. But I'm thinking maybe they know he's in the landfill, so it's possible to find him. But then again, wouldn't they at least try to look? When I went over there that day, there was a LE out there. So I don't know if they already have or they're checking on the lead or something. But I did see a cop out there when I went, which was interesting. And the thing too is I want to be able to ask the worker, like, hey, was I'm covering the case, was there any LE involvement? Have they come and look for baby Emmanuelito, things like that. But just you kind of see the vibe, you kind of feel the person out, and it's just, you could tell they weren't just in that type of, I don't know, they were just in work mode. And I could tell if I was going to ask that, they would have just said no. So maybe next time when I, maybe if I go do a load out there, throw some trash, maybe I can ask them, pay for the service. I'm not sure how. I got a flyer about the prices, so I'll have to look that up. But it'd be interesting to ask, if there has been searches or if has LE stopped by. That'd be an interesting question to ask. And sometimes it's the way you ask certain people a question, things like that. But even when you ask them nicely and things like that, they're just not in the mood. And I just felt that energy from the guy. But yeah, they said they have an idea. They have an idea. Let me see if I can look that up. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'll take it. That's funny. Usually with like greenery, it's a lot cheaper. I have to check the prices. I think I have the form somewhere here. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. Okay, yeah, so it's like direct haul, 51 bucks for a ton, which is it's always under a ton. Direct all in vehicles, $68 for a ton. And see clean waste right here, less than a 1% contamination, 46 a ton. Yeah, it's not cheap. No, I don't think so. It counts as it just counts as refuge or something like that, from what I understand. Let me pause the video or the music so we can check out a video about the landfill. Yeah, so Lamb Canyon was, from my research, it's the place where the trash would have gone to the landfill from that area. It's a bit far from, well, I guess a lot of the places are kind of far. So yeah, I could see that. But this is the one that I went to. So yeah, you see these big bulldozers. I mean, this is what they do all day. Look at all the trash that just gets turned. Look at that, 20 tons of trash. You see the bulldozer behind it, and I mean it's instantly they they dump it, and then the bulldozer is right there ready to just cover it up, turn. You know what's interesting about this? Before I forget, is that once you go to the freeway, it's right off the 60 where Jake took the researchers out to search. So that was interesting when I it's just when you pass by there, you pass by where the searchers were. Oh wow! It wasn't even on the screen. Okay. Nice. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'll pull up the map too. We can go over that too. Yeah, it's a good idea, Indian Taco. Thank you. Thank you for that suggestion. Here we go.
It's a weekly tradition in Riverside County, but do you know where that trash ends up? It goes on quite a journey, but ultimately ends up in a landfill like Lamb Canyon in Beaumont. In this virtual tour, we'll show you the ins and outs of Lamb Canyon and give you a bird's eye view, literally, of how waste is managed. But before we make our way through the landfill, let's rewind a bit back to the curb. Trash is picked up by a waste hauler and then most likely goes to a transfer station. While a normal garbage truck can carry 10 to 12 tons of trash, these larger transfer trucks can haul upwards of 20 tons of trash. For reference, that's equivalent to 7 elephants. Those transfer trucks are loaded up and make the trip to a local landfill like Lamb Canyon, where the public is also able to drop off materials. The first thing you'll see as you enter Lamb Canyon is a small booth and scales. This structure is a crucial part of the landfill for both trash trucks and the public. That building is called the fee booth, and the scales on the ground play an important role. Loads are weighed coming into the landfill and exiting the site, with the difference amounting to how much material is dropped off and the cost for doing so. The fee booth isn't just about weight, but type of material too. Our employees will learn a bit about what's being dropped off.
What type of trash you bringing in?
It's all just wood.
What type of wood? Like tree wood, fence wood, lumber?
Depending on the material and the type of customer, the next steps can be different, as you can see from the sign. Smaller loads that the public brings in will likely go to our waste recycle park, where certain materials will be sorted. While normal refuse will be collected, large appliances, electronic waste, and scrap metals will be set aside, and even old mattresses will be recycled. The Waste Recycle Park also features our ABOP site, where antifreeze, batteries, oil, and paint can be dropped off for free. It's crucial to keep those materials out of the landfill, and they should never be put in your trash bin. So now that we know a bit about the Waste Recycle Park, it's time to go where the rubber really meets the road, the active pad. This is the final destination for everything you put in your trash bin. Those large transfer trucks, guided by a landfill safety monitor, will deposit refuse in specific lanes. As the trash piles up, the Department of Waste Resources uses heavy equipment to bury that trash. But it's not a random process or a simple hole in the ground. Instead, it's a highly engineered system that follows a plan. as buried trash is formed into cells and lifts. The landfill itself is equipped with a multi-layered liner system. This liner also includes long lines of perforated piping. As the landfill breaks down, liquid and gas are formed. Piping at the bottom collects the liquid, and piping throughout the landfill collect landfill gas. We want to make sure that gas doesn't just escape and go into the atmosphere. Instead, the piping pulls in the gas and directs it to our methane flare station where it's burned off. Engineering technicians in the field use technology to ensure that the flare system is working at an optimal level and the techs can track down any leaks in the line and repair them quickly. We don't just monitor air and gas at the landfill, but water too. Technicians are constantly taking samples from wells, not only at active landfills like Lamb Canyon, but closed landfills across the county. As you can see, we rely on our staff to keep the landfill in working order, but that staff isn't just comprised solely of humans. This is Ice. She's a Harris hawk, and her job is an important one as well. If you've ever been to the beach in summer, you know that seagulls are drawn to trash. So it didn't take long for them to figure out a landfill could be a buffet. The birds aren't just a nuisance, they're a health hazard known to carry dangerous pathogens. That's where Ice comes in. Paired with a handler, Ice flies over the active pad, and because she's a natural predator to the seagulls, as soon as they see her, they clear the area. It allows our staff to bury waste more efficiently. Each day at the close of business, those mammoth machines apply a cover to all of the waste deposited that day, and then pull a tarp over the fresh layer of dirt. So that's how the trash you toss in your bin ends up in a landfill. A system that includes dedicated employees and plenty of sophisticated technology, from scales to multi-layered liners, methane flare stations, heavy equipment, and yes, even a hawk. We hope you enjoyed this virtual tour of the Lamb Canyon landfill.
Dang, that was interesting, huh? Yeah, I just meant like when I throw away the trash, they don't separate it. You just go in there, even if you have like a water bottle or things like that in there, or plastics, you just dump it all in there, and then the bulldozer comes and does it. But there are separate. You're right. There are separate areas. My bad. There is separate areas that you can take certain items to be recycled. Kind of want to look at that diagram. But that's some interesting stuff. If that's the case, sadly, I mean, it's just the way it took forever for them to come forward. It just makes it almost impossible to figure out if he's there or not.
Or a simple hole in the ground. Instead, it's a highly...
Yeah, see, it's like it's all these layers. I mean, that's wild. Oh, yeah, the hawk. Yeah, same in California. I mean, I think Texas doesn't recycle, right? Or something like that. But yeah, we have separate bins for like recycling. But once you go out there, you just kind of unload. You unload all the trash. But I mean, I try to separate as much as I can. But there's sometimes you just can't. Everything's just so ingrained, like intertwined, and you just can't. So yeah, that I definitely want to go over. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I mean, I don't have to go there anymore. Actually, this explained it even better. But yeah, this is supposed the landfill that if that was the trash that was picked up, that's where it would have gone. And as you see out from the video, there's a lot of moving parts that go into throwing your trash. And they're very organized, Cindy. Yeah, you're right. They're very organized over there. And for being a landfill, this isn't going to make sense, but it's pretty clean for being a landfill. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's very clean and organized for being a landfill. Oh, Luzina doesn't recycle. They have garbage pickup 2 times a week, and we have pickup every other week. Oh, every other week? I would not be able to do that. Well, I mean, I could try, but yeah, every other week. Dang. That was pretty interesting. Just look at some notes. But yeah, that was it right there. Let me see if I can pull up a map. And then we can see how far things are away. I believe the baby is in the landfill. I don't believe the baby is on the side of the road buried. I have to agree with that second part, that he's not on the side of the road buried after being out there on site, on scene. I can't see it, especially from a lazy F like Jake. As he being in the landfill, very possible, because that they don't think like how we do. I keep saying that, where they and I'm sorry for saying it like this type of way, but this is true crime. The things are heavy. We can go from light to heavy in a matter of a second. But I mean, we're all adults here. We know what this channel is about, and it's about true crime. And if Jake was gonna throw the baby like trash, in his mind like trash, yeah, he could definitely he could be in the landfill, and that's just horrible to even think about that, to even fathom about that. I mean, it's just beyond comprehension. Um, I'm sure they did. I'm not sure what if and any evidence they did find. The thing that tripped me out was that the house there wasn't any like caution tape around it. The back of the house, it's like open. The property line, there's no like wire or anything into the back of the house. That's one thing that does trip me out. Indian Taco, I think it was for us too. Our recycle comes every other week and the garbage once a week. Oh yeah, recycle same thing, twice a week for us too here in California. I don't know where you're at, Cindy. You don't have to say, but I'm just saying that. Yeah, here in California we do recycles every other week and trash every week. Yeah. Quentin Simon case. No, I'm not familiar with that. If you want, you're in the Discord, right, Indian Taco? I believe you are. If you want, you can send that into a private message, and then I could do a channel for that, and then we can probably go over it. And again, today's a loose like live and things like that, but yeah, I can look into it. And Wisconsin, right on. All right, cool. Yeah, just send it. Um, Either like in the general group one or even in the one with Baby Emmanuel channel one. So I'm going to try to keep everything simple, organized in the Discord so people can go in there. We also have like a book section and like a section if you want to just chill and hang out to take a break from true crime and things like that. Oh, really? Wow. Let me actually, yeah, let's look that up since we're already on that topic. Yeah. Thank you. Baby Quentin Simon. Actually, let's put a pause on that. Let me look at it because I already have the maps on here. So yeah, let's put a pin on that. Don't let me forget. And let's look at the area of the map of the landfill real quick. But yeah, I definitely want to check that out since we're on that topic. Again, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Oh, is a mom? Wow. Unbelievable. Makes me wonder, right? Doesn't it make you guys wonder how maybe other cases where they say the child was missing or disappeared? Makes me wonder what I mean, it just makes me wonder if the parents had anything to do with it. You know, how it just got glossed over and no evidence was found. Yeah, so here's the Lamb Canyon landfill right here. And let me see. Here's the 60 freeway right there. Yeah, see right here. Yeah, here's the freeway coming in. And then right here, Gilman Street Road. All this right here, if you go all the way up, this is where Jake took searchers out right here. So it's like the freeway's right there, and then that Gilman Springs Road is that road up to here. So I wonder if there's some weight to that, where it's just like Gilman Springs Road is what maybe he would have mentioned. I'm used to Apple Maps. I'm not used to Google Maps, but I'll get used to it. No big deal. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. The freeway heading towards that road where he took him is right next to the landfill. It's like that exit. So I don't know. It makes me wonder, like, did he try to go there and, dispose of the body, or, and then maybe said maybe not, and then went on Gilman Springs Road. Like trying to zoom out. Yeah, and the house is right over here. Wonder how I can put this into where it's where you can see the terrain. Not too familiar with Google Maps, to be honest. I mean, it should be right here, right? Menu, it's not clicking. Check out the house. Yeah, here's the house right here. Yeah, I wish I can have. Wish I can show the terrain. Just don't want to open up too many tabs. All right, let's look at that case that you were talking about real quick, since we're on that topic. What was the name? I'm gonna go back and read it and see. Was it Quentin Simon you said? Oh yeah. Let me check that out. Share my screen. Just put it on stage. Yeah, this computer is like super slow, but fortunately, one of my subscribers is donating to this channel a used laptop, a way better one than the one that I Jeez. Dang. Wow, that's wild. Okay, yeah, I remember this lady now. All right, integration. How old is she? The mom. Cindy, I'll take it off if you want. It's just more of the like, uh, oh, no sound. Yeah, I can take it off if you want. It's just more like, just having people that are, um, like the first people in the chat, in the channel, so to speak, like the OGs. But yeah, I can take it off if you like. No worries. I guess I should have asked you, right, first. But pretty much modding is like, it's just for me, it's like people that have been here first. 22? Yeah, she look young. No sound on the video? Okay, 1 second. It's weird. All right, Cindy, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's something going on with the speaker or something. Maybe I hit a button. That sucks. Can you hear me okay? I know the video, I just checked the on my phone and it's not, you can't hear it. It's like muffled or something, but let me refresh it.
Enforcement. It's a very stressful job. So Georgia offers a lot to do outside of work, the ocean, the beach. So it's very.
You're the first person to find a piece of equipment, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'd like to show you slide 8 from State's Exhibit 3, which has already been admitted into evidence. This has been introduced and admitted into evidence as a still frame from Sergeant Stewart's body-worn camera from the initial response at 535 Buckhalter Road on October 5th.
Yeah, this computer is like super slow. Oh man, I can't wait to get that other computer. Thank you, Taco. Yeah, this computer is pretty old, and it has this laptop is it's old, and it has like just a limited amount of RAM and a limited amount of like space. And so when you update it, it's like it fills up the whole the whole drive of like just the update. It's weird. It's wild. So I'm really excited about that. Again, shout out to one of my subscribers reached out, RC. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's gonna definitely help out the channel. Thank you. Should be getting it, I think, Tuesday. Just in time for the trial. If all goes well. We try another video or something, maybe. Just try that. We just exit out of some of these tabs. Yeah, it's like struggling right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna end the live. If you guys can hear me, it's the computer's just, it's just struggling right now. even when I open up one tab, it's so it's gonna be frustrating if I open up a tab and try to do things. But I'm gonna wrap this up, and thank you everybody for joining me today. Really appreciate it. See, fuck. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming in. Appreciate it.